जीवन्मुक्तिप्रदं देवं क्षमापूर्णं जगद्गुरुं वन्दे परमहंसाख्यं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतं। जीवन्मुक्तिप्रदं देवं क्षमापूर्णं जगद्गुरुं वन्दे परमहंसाख्यं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। नित्यमुक्तं निर्विकल्पं ಧ್ಯಾನಲೋಕಪ್ರದೀಪಕಂ.
ಪರಮಹಂಸ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದರು ನಮ್ಮ ಯುಗದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅಭೂತಪೂರ್ವ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಶಕ್ತಿ, ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಸಮಾಜದ ಆಂದೋಲನದ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕರು, ಆಧುನಿಕ ವೈದಿಕ ನವೋದಯದ ಪ್ರಥಮ ಅನ್ವೇಷಕ, ಪವಿತ್ರ ಊರಾದ ತಿರುವಣ್ಣಾಮಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಜನ್ಮ ತಾಳಿದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಯೋಗಿ, ಕೆಚ್ಚೆದೆಯ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಸಂಶೋಧಕ, ದೈವಶಕ್ತಿಯ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶಕ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ. ಪರಮಹಂಸ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದರು ಇಂದು ಪ್ರಾಚೀನ ರಹಸ್ಯಾರ್ಥ ಯೋಗ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಪಥದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಲಕ್ಷಾಂತರ ನಿಪುಣರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿದಾಯಕರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕತೆಯ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಸಂಶೋಧನಾಕಾರ, ಆತ್ಮ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರ ತೋರುವ ಗುರುಗಳು. ಅವರ ವಿವೇಕದ ಸಂಪತ್ತು, ಅವರ ನಗುವಿನ ಆ ಸಂತಸ ಹಾಗೂ ಅವರ ಅದ್ವಿತೀಯ ದೀಕ್ಷೆಯ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದರು ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಾದ್ಯಂತ ಸುಮಾರು 1 ಕೋಟಿ ಜನರೊಡನೆ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದರು ಜೀವನ್ಮುಕ್ತಿಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಆನಂದಮಯ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಪರಿಹಾರಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮರೆಯಲಾರದ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಅನುಭವವನ್ನು ಕೈಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಬನ್ನಿ.
ಸರ್ವಧರ್ಮ ಪ್ರಣೇತಾರಂ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದರೂಪಿಣಂ ವಂದೇ ಸನಾತನಂ ಪುಣ್ಯಂ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದಾಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತಂ. ವೇದ ವೇದಾಂತ ಸಂವೇದ್ಯಂ ದೇವದೇವಿ.
Teaching is of 2 types. One, introducing some new truth and raising you to the next spectrum, or clearing the ideas with which you are living and making them straight. Just clearing the ideas with which you are living and making them straight is a lot more easy. Because when you are confused, you are not ready to listen to new concepts, new ideas, new truths. You feel already what is inside itself is such a big headache. Why allow something more inside? No. You are closed. You are tired. You are sick. You don't want to take any risk. Understand? Trusting a new truth is always a risk. That is why only a happy man who is luxurious in his inner space can afford religion. Only a man who has more money than what is required for his basic needs can afford luxuries. Same way, only a person who has more energy in his inner space than to run his day-to-day life can afford religion. Only if you are having excess energy then required to run your day-to-day life, you look beyond. Some light is coming through this window, through this door openings. What must be beyond this wall? Why don't I try to looking beyond? What is seen happens only when you have more energy than what you need to run your day-to-day life. That is why a confused man lives till his death as atheist. How can he have energy to look beyond, to go beyond, to be beyond? No. I have seen in thousands of monasteries in India, where Bhagavad Gita is taught freely, giving food and stay together. But it is so unfortunate. You can't understand Bhagavad Gita unless you are a person of life. Now, before forgetting, I wanted to put it on record my gratitude to the great sadhu Ramananda Saraswati of Omkareshwar, at whose feet I learnt Sanskrit version of Bhagavad Gita. I have studied Bhagavad Gita in a very young age through a translation by Swami Chidbhavananda. He has done amazing translation in Tamil. But a great sadhu, Ramananda Saraswati of Omkareshwar, great, very great way of living. Amazing sadhu, lived for quite a long time. I think he lived at least above 90. He used to stay in Omkareshwar in Madhya Pradesh. He will stay there for 6 months and teach Bhagavad Gita. Whoever comes to learn, he will give them free food and shelter. When he finishes that course after 6 months, he will start living his Parivarajaka life. He will go from house to house and beg and eat, sleep under the trees. Whatever money he gets from the devotees, whatever contribution he gets, he will collect all that for 6 months, keep it with him. By the end of the 6 months, he will come back to Omkareshwar and start teaching. Again, when I studied at his feet, around 1,700 people lived with him. The whole Omkareshwar will be filled by his disciples. Omkareshwar is a small place, but there are many ashrams. He had his own ashram. Ashram is not a huge infrastructure, a reasonable place. He will start the classes again. After 6 months, again he will go for yatra. Sometimes devotees will come and tell, why do you travel? No, you stay here, we will get you money and you start teaching. He says, no. I wanted to go door to door and beg and come back, teach Gita. Till his life, till he left the body, he lived the same life. 6 months he will sit and teach Gita, and 6 months he will spend in begging, going from door to door. He will not stay more than 2 days in a place. Amazing sadhu life he lived. I wanted to remember him and offer my gratitude. It is at his feet I studied Bhagavad Gita in original Sanskrit. Powerful teacher. But it is so unfortunate. The disciples are not powerful disciples. Most of them are there for food and shelter. Most of these local beggars, they wear the sadhu clothes, come and stay there. He is such a sincere person. He will never miss 3 sessions. Per day 3 sessions he will take. Before breakfast 1, before lunch 1, before dinner 1. 3 sessions. He will never miss a session. People will never miss 3 meals, breakfast, lunch and dinner. But in the class, I don't know. I can't even tell exactly how many people will be sitting in the class. 1,700 people lived around him when I was studying. Very few will come and sit in the class throughout. You see, otherwise they will come for 1 session. All of them will attend at least 1 session a day. That also not with the sincerity of internalizing. I used to think, oh God, these fellows are given food, very good stay. Why are they not studying? Now I know the answer. You cannot allow any idea to infiltrate you. You cannot internalize any idea unless you are life. You are for life. As I said, non-suffering should become your religion. Non-suffering should become your life standard. Non-suffering should be echoing in your every thought, deed, action, word, in everything. See, from today, all over Bengal, West Bengal, especially in Calcutta, anywhere you stand, you will hear that word, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. It will be echoing all over the West Bengal. Durga Puja. Durga Puja starts. I have seen Mumbai Ganesh Chaturthi. I have seen Tamil Nadu Skanda Sashti. I have seen Tiruvannamalai Deepam. I have seen so many big festivals, but nothing like Navaratri, Durga Puja of West Bengal. Oh God, people live with her. Bengalis are basically the devotion-based people. They literally live with her. See, if you have a daughter, how you save money and you get her to your house for Diwali or some other celebration, and you spend all the money on her, give her a lot of gifts and send them back to her house. Exactly same way, even a middle class, lower middle class man in Bengal will save money. All of them look upon Devi as a daughter. Daughter is called home for this Navaratri day, 9 days. She is given all the gifts and she is taken care and she is sent back to Kailash after the Dasami, 10th day. I should say, people are literally in Bhava Samadhi. These 10 days they live in Bhava Samadhi. The way they bring the Devi to the house, the deity, and the way the puja happens, the way they spend. If somebody is making 1,000 rupees per month, I can easily tell, I can safely tell, he will spend 2,000 rupees just for this Durga Puja. At least 2 month income. They will save it and spend on Devi, Durga Puja. Whole Bengal will vibrate with that one word, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, day and night. Just how the Bengal reverberates with Devi. Your life should reverberate with one truth, non-suffering. Only then you are ready for internalizing new truths, great truths like Bhagavad Gita. Man who can internalize new truths is living enlightenment. Man who can alter his logic, clear his logic and get rid of his confusions is a seeker. Man who can neither internalize new truths nor get rid of his confusion by altering his understanding is atheist.
Because 2000 crore laws.
teach at least 1 lakh people per day. In the beginning, God created the earth and rested. Then God created man who are his devotees, theists, and rested. Then God created atheists. Since then, neither God nor devotees rested. Atheist is a person who lives a substandard life, who can't allow the new truths, new ideas inside him, who can't internalize new concepts into his being. It's very difficult to live as atheist. You can act as atheist, that is okay. But living as atheist is very, very difficult. One atheist complained to a Christian friend, you Christians have your special holidays, Christmas and Easter. Jews celebrate their holidays. Hindus celebrate their holidays. Muslims have their holidays. Every religion has its holidays. But we atheists have no recognized holidays. It's an unfair discrimination. The religious person, he said, what do you mean? Atheists have no holidays. People have been observing a special day in your honor for years. Atheist said, I don't know what you are talking about. When is this special day? The religious person, Christian, said, April 1st. Atheist is a man who can't internalize, who can't allow expansion of inner space. Here, Bhagavan does not want to give too much load on Arjuna. Please understand, Arjuna is not in the level of atheist, but still he has to come to the level of living enlightenment. He is a seeker. So Bhagavan is clearing Arjuna's own doubts and wrong logic and making it straight. He is not putting new ideas into Arjuna. In this verse, Bhagavan is saying, all right, even if you don't believe the truth I am introducing, Atma, the soul, is indestructible, eternal. Life is for internalizing the newer and greater truths. Krishna says, even if you are not able to internalize the great truths like soul is eternal, it is indestructible, and all these things, come on, even if you believe that birth and death are inevitable, O Arjuna, foremost among men, is using the beautiful word for Arjuna, Mahabahu, the mighty armed one. It is not worthy of being mourned for this manner. You don't need to worry about it. He is using a very powerful name for Arjuna. Mighty armed one means, you see, the arms, the hands are directly related to giving. That is why when they describe Karna and Sri Ramachandra Prabhu, they describe their hands first. When Sri Rama is supposed to be a great giver, Ramakrishna used to do, whenever somebody comes to him and asks for sannyas, he will hold their hand and see. Hand is supposed to look big, weigh light. That is the scale. It should not look small and weigh heavy. He will say that only by holding the hand and weighing it. If it looks big and weighs light, then this guy will become sadhu. Means he has lens engram and he has capacity to give away everything. Here, Krishna is describing Arjuna as Mahabahu, means mighty arm. Surely, Arjuna must have had the quality. Big hand, but light weight. Means the capacity to give everything. Capacity to give away. Is reminding Arjuna, hey, you are capable of giving away your body. Giving away everything. So don't worry. You are a great giver. I tell you, the joy of giving, the habit of giving will bring its result in you when you leave the body. When you leave the body, person who is always giving, who is habituated to depart from something which he feels as part of his life. If you are habituated for that, the leaving the body will be very easy. For example, you are having a house. For 10 years you lived in it, you felt it's almost your life. Suddenly one day morning you give it away. Now you are habituated to give away things which you feel as your life. Same way money. Sometimes you hold money as your life. Suddenly one day you give away. Same way. Sometimes you hold your comforts, luxury, pleasures as part of your life. Suddenly one day you give it away. Now you are habituated. You are trained for giving away what you feel as your life. So when you leave the body also, because of that habit, you will not have suffering. You are already habituated to give away. You can easily give away life also, body also. I tell you, the highest capacity you need to develop in the human life is capacity to give away. Capacity to go on giving. Giving your energy, giving your time, giving your love, giving your money, giving your whatever you call it as yours, talent, capacity to give away. Every time when Krishna describes certain truths, he reminds Arjuna exactly the truth related name. He says, Mahabaho, mighty armed one who gave away everything, who is habitual giver. Nobody can give like Krishna. But he himself calls Arjuna as Mahabahu. Just to remind Arjuna, he is a habitual giver. You are habituated for giving away. Don't worry. Don't be bothered. Be a giver. For a giver, life and death is not a big thing. He says, even if you believe that birth and death are inevitable for this being, even then it is not worthy of being mourned for in this manner. He says, even if you believe birth and death are inevitable for one who is dead, therefore on this ground it does not deserve on your part to mourn for that which is unavoidable. The act of fighting is indeed an obligatory duty, nitya karma, of the Kshatriyas like Agnihotra. Bhagavan is trying to clear the confusion of Arjuna without introducing any new theme or concept or idea. He is saying, Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuh. He is saying death is inevitable for a person born, and birth is inevitable for one who is dead. Therefore, on this ground, it does not deserve on your part to mourn for that which is unavoidable. I think this word should be taken as a straight word from the closest person whom you trust. Cycle of birth and death is going to go on forever. It is your intelligence. You have only one possibility. You can just unclutch and escape from it. You can just step out of the cycle. That's all. You can't stop the cycle. You can stop the cycle for you. When you step out, the cycle stops for you. That is why Bhagavan says, don't grieve over the inevitable. This is the way it is. Don't grieve for others. Death is inevitable for a person born, and birth is inevitable for one who is dead. Therefore, on this ground, it does not deserve on your part to mourn for that which is unavoidable. He says, don't worry. It is just life. Every day, whatever you think as you is dying. What is you is taking birth. Please understand. Death is inevitable. Birth is inevitable. And don't mourn for it. Here Bhagavan is saying it should lead you to more and more joy and courage, not to more and more suffering, pain and discouraging. Sit with this one great truth. Death and birth are simple facts. It is my decision whether to live with it or suffer for it. Sit and decide not to suffer. Na tvam shochitum arhasi. Bhagavan repeats this instruction second time. Don't miss it now.